G'day and good morning and welcome to the channel. In today's video I've come to this local lake. If you've been around the channel a while you might recognise this lake. I actually came here earlier in the year and it was almost empty, so it's amazing to see just how full it is now. It's pretty much capacity, so we've got a lot less water birds like spoonbills and things, but we do have a few ducks around on the lake, so that's what we're going to be trying to photograph today. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use my 500mm lens, so my Canon 500, and I'm going to shoot it at 500mm for a little bit, and then I'm going to try out my 2x and make it 1000. So we're going to compare 500mm to 1000mm and see what sort of photos I can get at those two different focal lengths. Kind of just seeing, does focal length really matter? That's what I'm hoping to find out today. So I might have a few challenges just getting the birds close. So we'll see how we go with 500mm, but it is a beautiful spot. We've got a bit of mist on the water. I can actually see a couple of ducks out here. So we might get some interesting sort of shots with the mist, hopefully. I did spot some little younger coots and younger grebe. Let's get set up and get out there and take some shots. So I can see a teal just over here. Okay, so just had a little session with that teal. Hopefully the shot came up all right. It sort of floated past us, so fingers crossed we got a shot there. I've been using, because the light hasn't fully come up yet, I've been using ISO 1600, sort of about 400th of a second, so very slow shutter speed. Hopefully that's enough, and an aperture around 6.3 or 7. So whenever you shoot in these sort of overcast conditions before the light comes up, you do struggle to get the detail that you're after, and you'll find a lot of the shots can be a little bit soft, and that's just purely because you don't have enough light. It's to be expected. So we just had those little grebe chicks sort of swim right past us. The light is really tough at the moment because they're coming in and out of the light, which makes it really tricky to expose the photo. They're moving quickly. It's just all around pretty difficult, so I'll be surprised if I got anything there, but fingers crossed we've got a couple of shots of those Grebe chicks. Overall it's a little bit trickier than I anticipated. Got a black-fronted Dotterel that's just landed in the grass not too far away from me, so I'm tempted to turn around and photograph that. And it might be coming towards me. Alright, so I just got a black-fronted Dotterel photo. It was just feeding on the shoreline. A fairly skittish little bird, so it didn't come that close to me, but I might have still got quite a nice, interesting looking habitat shot, which, it's a bonus. I wasn't expecting that. So that's often the case. You can just be laying here, and if you keep your ears and eyes open, an opportunity might present itself, and that's just what happened. I just had a good session with some Dusky Moorhen chicks. They swam past. I didn't get to film it, but they were swimming past and calling out. And I've got the 2 times on now, so I've got 1000mm, and they're almost full frame. So I'm hoping that they came out all right. The extra focal length definitely helped me fill the frame with these little chicks. So that was a really good little session I had there. So they were just out. They were just swimming across here. I was just simply laying here on the side of the lake, just tracking the bird, photographing, waiting for it to call. Hopefully it had eye contact as it went past. Yeah, so that was really good. Alright, so I was just about to leave and I spotted this dragonfly on this ironbark tree here. It was just chilling out and enabled me to, take a couple of photos. So I've gone and grabbed my 500. I've taken a few shots at 500, and then I've put the 2x converter on and taken a few at 1000, just to show you the difference between 500 and 1000. I'll probably crop in the 500 to the 1000 to see how much of a difference the extender makes as opposed to cropping. So that might be an interesting exercise. But yeah, just as I actually took the photos, it's flying off. So it's great. It was good that I got that opportunity just to quickly take a photo. It appeared to have a bit of a damaged wing. I'm not sure what was going on about that, but very cool. Well, it was an enjoyable morning. I must admit it was actually pretty hard going out here. The light was changing because we've got all these trees around us, so your exposure was up and down. I struggled just to get a clear view because there's lots of little trees in the water and the reeds, and the background was never quite ideal. So in hindsight, it's probably not the best location, but we made the most of it. Using the 500, I just always felt like I was a little bit too far away. I think I got some okay shots. I won't know till I get home to check them out, but I much preferred to use 1000mm. The birds were just bigger in the frame, and that's just the style that I like. So I might have got a couple of shots. I need to check my camera, but I'm not that confident, if I'm being honest. But at the end of the day, it just goes to show that there is quite a difference between 500mm and 1000. 1000 just really makes that bird so much bigger, blurs out that background a lot more, and just lets you focus on the bird. If that's what you like, then the more focal length the better. With the wider, so 500mm isn't wide by any stretch, but it's just a little bit harder to get the sort of shots that I'm after. So an enjoyable session. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments which was your favorite image from today. What focal length do you currently use? Which do you prefer? I'd love to hear it. I love the conversations we get going. Of course, give it a thumbs up if you like this content. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much to those members that support the channel. And until the next video, bye for now. Let's get set up and get out there and take some shots. All right. So just had a wood duck in the mist. That's around the wrong way now.